October 2023. Met him on the internet, I believe on Yubo. Don't meet people on Yubo. I learned this before back in October 2023. This is the second thing I did this, but this person has always been there, so I wanted to test it out. I'm curious, like, and I started to overthink, and I'm like, wait, I'm not telling the story right. He's always been in and out. Like, he would like comment on my stuff saying I'm pretty, and like on like my stories and say like, wow, you're gorgeous, and like see all these nice things, right? And so this has been going on since October of 2023, right? That's almost 2 years now, this upcoming October. And time moves quick, if you know this. And what was I gonna say? So I'm assuming, that's the thing, I'm going with assumptions. So I'm like, I was thinking like, oh, he wants me. And then he was like, well, I'm thinking that he likes me and stuff, like, oh, he wants me, so I'm gonna go into, like, he's trying to hang out with me, like he wants me, you know? And he's trying to hang out with me like he wants me. And I always just told him no. Like, no, I'm scared. No. Because I already met up with a Yubo person before. I'm not about to do it again. I'm not. Like, no. But then it's been 2 years, this person's been around, and I'm like, okay, like, it's been enough time. This person acts nice. Like, they have been watching me. That means they care. Like, I have blocked them several times. Like, maybe this means something. Then I finally say, yes, we can go, like, we'll hang out. And I say, but you gotta meet me at 5 in the morning at a restaurant. And then I text him, I'm like, oh, wait, this restaurant is, it's too far. The restaurant is too far and the traffic is gonna be insane. I'm like, I don't have enough time for that. I have to be home by 8. I didn't say that I had to be home by 8, but I'm like, you gotta respect my time of, I want to be at this place at 5, okay? I want to be at this place at 5 because I have to be home at 8. It doesn't matter, like, it doesn't matter anything if I was, what is it? Oh my god, this person got dogs. Oh my gosh, but it doesn't matter what? Hold on, there's a military person. Wait, and I'm outside wearing pajamas because we were gonna, wait, we haven't even got there yet. Stop, we haven't even got there yet. Sorry, I'm going crazy, but there was, so I finally say yes, and I'm like, you have to meet me at 5 at this place. Then I wake up at 3:30, and he never responded to my text message about, like, to switch the locations so we could, like, be somewhere else. And I kept on mentioning Denny's because Denny's is 24 hours. Like, and I said it's near my house, and I said this is my house address. Like, this is gonna work. Like I'm trying to show you that my house is far away. I'm not going this far distance. Like, I don't have time. See, maybe I should have said, like, I don't have time, like a boundary that to be home by 8. But no, you still gotta respect the fact that the boundary of 5 o'clock. Because then when we're at lunch, I'll be able to say, okay, so this has been a good time. Like, that's a way to shut down the conversation for me to say, hey, it's been a good time. I gotta be home. Like, it's like a way to get out of a situation. Because you don't want to, like, especially when you're meeting somebody new, you don't want to, like, be there forever and linger. Like, you gotta have something to do, I realize. But if it's like, it has to be something like, or, I don't know what I'm saying. Sorry, it literally flew over my head. I'm gonna rewatch this video and be like, oh, that's genius. Because I think I'm a genius and it's bad. Because I need to start thinking about other mindsets. But then this morning I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and he didn't message. And he didn't message, so I went back to sleep. I was like, no, I'm not dealing with this. Then I woke up like at like 6 something. I'm like, ooh, good morning America. And he that message, he was like, sorry I fell asleep, this and that. I was like, so how are you gonna be wanting to see me for so long, and the first time you're gonna see me you're gonna be late, and then you're gonna say later in the day you told me it was because of work, like it's just tired because of work. I'm like, okay, so you're gonna be always tired of work, like because later, like you could tell, like, well, like I'm just reading into the future. Ooh, that's the thing, because I could tell with his intentions that he wanted something, so I'm over here pushing his limits, because I could tell that he wanted something because he gave me flowers, and that's when I asked, like, is this a date? That's later in the story. I'm being confusing. I'm acting like y'all could picture this. I'm acting like y'all could picture it. Y'all gotta picture it if you want to understand. Sorry. But he's telling me, what's he telling me? He's like, he's late and this and that, and I was like, okay, well, like, then he was trying to ask, like, well, you went back to sleep. Yeah, I went back to sleep because you didn't answer. I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time. You know how many times I did that? Sit here and waste my time waiting for somebody? Like, I did that so many times. Nope, I'm going to sleep, because some people don't respect your time. And how are you gonna put all this information and not this information, how are you gonna put all this energy in me? Maybe it's fake energy, it's not even real. It's just like, it's like planting seeds, like, hey, like this person has always been there, but they're actually not there. You really gotta meet these people to see if they're really there. But so then he pushes my limits by picking me up, and I did not want him to pick me up in the plans. I even had to ask ChatGPT, is this okay? And I was like, is this okay? Like, is this a red flag? And it's like, well, if it's consistent, like this is consistent thing, then yeah, it's a red flag. And I'm like, it's a red flag because I just met you and you're doing this. Nope. I didn't just meet you. I met you online, and you have this behavior online, but I meet you in real life, and you're not putting the same effort into real life action and planning. I'm confused. So then he gives me flowers, and I'm like, is this a date? I'm over here acting fun and cool, and like I'm wearing my pajamas, like, yeah, we're in the spirit, breakfast in the morning, like we were supposed to start this at 5 in the morning, but here we are. And he was like, yeah, I got these flowers, and so it made me like 20 minutes late. He was like, you like them? I was like, yeah, they're pretty. They're pretty. You know how many times I've seen a flower? You know how many times I've been given a flower? Why you ask, like, if you need my validation? Like I said, I'm like, wow. I'm appreciating them with my wow. Like, I'm like, okay, I see your effort. Do you want me to applaud you? Give me a pat on the back? Because you know how many times I got given flowers? Over time, I noticed how things actually exist between people. So then we're sitting down at the table, and well, the conversation drive over there is just like, I'm like, yes, exploring this and that. I'm acting fun, exciting. How, like, I'm talking about my passions, because that's what you do with a friend. Because he told me we went in this as friends. I'm like, even before I went and saw him, I was watching how to communicate with people, and I learned that, like, I'm like really learning that you don't have to soak in everything they're saying and really like follow along with what they're saying. Like, really speak your thoughts too. Because then you're gonna be trapped around people who really you don't agree with their thoughts. Like, it's just like, but you know your boundaries, because sometimes you're not gonna agree with somebody, but you still, like, they're still good people, but they believe something different. But it doesn't mean what they believe in is like so evil. It depends on what it is. So I'm sitting here at the table, and I don't even know. I don't know. All I know is that, I don't know, he was like being shy, and I was like, I don't get this. Like, you're taking so long to open up, acting like what? I don't get this. Like, you know who I am. You see me on the internet. Like, I'm right here. And he's like, talking about trying to get to know me. I'm like, do you talk about this with your friends? But I guess, like, you're trying to get to know somebody, but we've been getting to know each other for how many years now? I've been telling you who I am through how I speak, how I am. Whatever I say online is who I am as a person. And that's the annoying part. Like, that's literally the annoying part. And then he's over here telling me that what is it? He's telling me about, I don't know. But I'm over here talking about science. Guys, I literally started explaining how, like, you can see different realities based on light. And, I thought that was my friend picking me up, because this is fun. Like, you, based on light, you, like, look, I'm in this reality, I'm in this reality, I'm in this reality. You could change which reality you're in based on whatever path, movement, and this and that. So I'm over here explaining it with the props in front of me. I'm also saying, like, wait, I'm being confusing, but just know that this means something. And he's like, yeah, that's, like, what did he say? He was like, yeah, religion this, religion that. And I'm just like, I'm like, God created this earth. God created you. No matter what type of God you believe in, and some people don't believe that that there's no, like, nothing created anything. But some people believe in that these things were created for a reason. People were created for a reason, right? And just people created for a reason. Where was I going with that? People created for a reason. People created for a reason. So, and people, all these things such as gravity, law of attraction, atoms, all these things have always been there. All these scientific things have always been there, but people are just discovering them now. Like with philosophy, psychology, this and that, all these things. Oh, not philosophy, that's like a way of belief and stuff. But psychology, like studying things, like these things have always been here, but people are giving them titles. But the people who are calling these scientists gods, that's where it gets confusing. That's a whole different realm of life that people get confused that all scientists don't have, like take over who God is. Because I believe that everything is created and everything, like, what a person says matters. So I don't know. So he's like, I didn't know I was going to get a whole science of physics class. I'm like, what? I'm literally using these food products to, like, show him this experience. Like, aren't we supposed to be chilling here as friends? Sorry, I like to talk about these stuff, but this is my interest. Like, you talk about something, you're over here still talking about your family. Sorry. Like, we're, like, am I supposed to be meeting your family? Are we, like, I'm over here saying my life, like, people talk about their job, like, they want to, like, work and this and that, and I'm just like, I just want to get married and have a career. I want to get married and have a career, and I want my husband to pay off my education because I learned that I want him to pay for my passion. I want my husband to see that I have a passion in something and want me to succeed that, but I have to go down that path way for me to meet people who are already there. Oh my gosh, see, this is what I learned at the table. I'm really learning about myself. I love science, and I love human science. And I remember, I realized that it's social studies, social science. It makes me excited, but I don't know, it was such a weird thing. And I'm like, okay, my friend's gonna pick me up to go to the mall. Like, I'm scared, like, I'm having all these visions that this person's gonna hurt me. I don't want to take the flowers home because I don't want to accept it. And then, he tried to offer me food at the table. He was like, you want to try it? I'm like, no, I decided I'm not going to take food from people until, like, I really know them. And because, like, when you eat from somebody, like, you're really taking apart, like, food. I started explaining how food, when you eat with a person and how you feel around them really affects how you digest food. So, because it affects your nervous system. If somebody makes you feel like a certain way, your feelings come from your nervous system, heart feelings, and your thoughts working together. That's why you gotta control them. You gotta control them. So, you gotta control them. And so then I told so my friend is gonna come get me. But actually, my other friend's gonna get me now. But yeah, he showed up wearing pants and this and that because he had no fun pajamas. I'm like, I'm confused. And then he owns a business from franchising. I started, like, giving him terminology of what he does, basically. And he's like, basically. I'm like, explain to me your job. Like, explain to me what you're doing. Like, I'm curious. I'm curious what you're doing. Tell me. Because if you're trying to be a friend, let me know. And then I was like, ciao. Ooh, yeah, later. I was like, my friends can pick me up. And I'm like, you could leave. You could go. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, nice to meet you. And then we shook hands. And I was like, nice to meet you. Like, it's like you're meeting spirits. You're coming in contact with them, like, all the time. Like, he was pretending like he didn't know me. He pretended he didn't know me.